Hello everyone! Welcome to my free webinar on how to become a social media manager. I am so excited that you're here, and I've been waiting for this launch for so long, and I can't believe the time is now. So grab your notebooks, type this out, whatever you need to do, but these are some amazing steps to guide you along your journey as a social media manager. So let's just dive right into it. So what's on the menu today? So today I'm going to be going over my 5 exclusive steps on how to become a social media manager, as well as how to start your social media management business. So step number 1, setting up your Instagram profile for success, building that solid foundation and a cohesive feed, as well as bio optimization and everything like that, that are puzzle pieces that fall together to attract followers onto your page and make them stay because of your valuable content. So I'm going to teach you how to do that, as well as step number 2, how to market yourself. So not only are you marketing yourself as a selling your social media services, you're also marketing yourself as a social media manager, as the professional, as the CEO of your business. So I am going to teach you how to market yourself that way. As well as step number 3, how to network. Not only are you networking with your dream clients, but people within your niche as well, people within this industry. So as well as step number 4, how to get clients, where to get clients, and how to get clients efficiently and in a sustainable way. I see a lot of struggling social media managers comment on job listings on Facebook for a social media manager with hundreds of other comments under the post. You are commenting your services and trying to kind of market yourself there, but it's just too competitive. There's hundreds of other social media managers, and most likely they're not going to go over every comment. They're just gonna go over the first few that they've seen first. So I'm going to teach you how to get clients and where to get clients in a sustaining way. As well as step number 5, how to sell through DMs without sounding salesy. That pretty much just explains itself. How to sell your products and your services through DMs without having that money mindset. So I'm going to teach you how to shift your mindset so you can sell through DMs efficiently. So step number 1, how to set up your IG account for success. So I have my Instagram profile here as an example, but let's break it down piece by piece. So this is my profile picture. I wanted a profile picture that screamed me. I wanted a profile picture that was clear, but professional and high quality, but something that screamed who I am as a person. So when it comes to your profile picture, you want something that's professional, you want something that is high quality, and something that screams who you are as a person. Because Instagram social media in general is shifting away from that corporate, fake kind of life social media aesthetic. We're shifting away from that corporate white background with a headshot with a black blazer professional picture. We are shifting into more an authentic social media community where people are sharing their vulnerability, they're sharing their authentic self and who they are as a person. So make sure your profile picture is something that that attracts people to look on your page. When they see like you've commented on a post or something, they'll see how intriguing your profile picture is, and they're most likely going to press on your Instagram handle. So make sure it's professional, your authentic self, as well as high quality, as well as occupation. So this is what I like to call the occupation area. So I always stress to my clients who I'm coaching to include your name. If your name is already not in your Instagram handle here, make sure to include it there. Nothing is worse than trying to DM someone and not knowing what their name is, or their name is not anywhere to be seen, and you are trying to kind of scramble in your head of what to call them. Hey girl, oh, they might not like that lingo. Hey love, that might be a little too much through cultural differences. So what am I going to call them? And that's what a lot of potential dream clients or potential other social media managers within your niche who are trying to network with you, who are trying to inquire your services, they're not going to know how to address you as, and they're probably going to overthink it and back out and not DM you at all. So that is a loss in a client, or a loss in building that genuine connection with someone who is in your niche, just because you don't have your name posted in your bio. So that is why I stress so much to include your name in your occupation area, as well as your job title. I stress so much to my clients who I'm coaching to include social media manager, or SMM, or a social media expert, or a social media marketer, or anything that you want your title to be in this area. This is so important because if someone is looking to outsource for a social media manager, they are going to search up social media manager in the search bar. And your name will come up first because Instagram puts this section as the priority. This is your occupation. So people will see you are a social media manager, as well as if you don't include social media manager within your bio at all, people won't know who you are. Instagram is so saturated, and it has such a saturated market that you need to include these things, or people won't give you the time of day. People won't scroll through all your content just to look for who you are and how you can help them. That is why you need to include social media manager in your bio as the occupation area. As well as next, your bio. So your bio only has 4 lines. So what I like to do is keep it short and sweet, and clear and precise. So within my bio, I help entrepreneurs maximize growth in their business by managing their social media that generate leads and sales, and a signature emoji. What I like to recommend to people is not to include any fancy fonts within your bio, because first of all, it's not everyone's style, as well as it's hard to read, and people might skim over the most important parts because it is in a fancy font. So instead of keeping it kind of like plain and boring, just include a signature emoji. It could be a low profile emoji that you like if you're more into the basic aesthetic, but just include a signature emoji instead of using the fancy fonts. As well as your, let me just go to the next one, because I have created a bio template for you guys. So I help local businesses, or business owners, or entrepreneurs, or women entrepreneurs, and include a specific niche if you'd like. A lot of other social media coaches stress that you should include your specific niche, but personally, I think if you market your posts the right way, that specific niche will come to you anyways. What I like to do is just keep it broad so I have my options open. So I help entrepreneurs free up their time by managing their social media, or I help, and how do you help them by, and how are you going to do that? So for an example, let's mix and match. I help local businesses maximize revenue by managing their social media. So kind of see what you like and what you want your goal to be. All right, and next is your call to action. So what I like to do is include on the last line a call to action to my website. So your call to action should be really short and with an arrow or a finger pointing down to show and attract people to click on that link. So you should include want to learn more or want to work with me or learn more about my services or something like that, and an arrow or a finger pointing down to your website. Whatever you want to promote at the moment, such as check out my new freebie. Since I am promoting right now my free webinar, I included join my free webinar. May the 28th is my launch date, and with a finger pointing down. So people know to click that link to join my free webinar when they land on your page. They will know that that is what is going on right now. So that is why a call to action is so important, because it not only does your website kind of stand out and it doesn't, or your link stand out, but it kind of motivates someone to press on it, so they gravitate towards that link. As well as your website, I understand how expensive websites can be sometimes. And if you're just starting out and you want that the professional look and you want that website, but you can't afford it right now, that is why I'm recommending you to download the Milkshake app. I don't know if this is only on iPhone. I personally have an iPhone, so I know this exists on the App Store, but I'm not too sure about Samsung or any Android devices. So check that out, but I'm pretty sure you can. So on the Milkshake app, it is an app that is created just for Instagram bios, for you to create a portfolio, for you to create a free website, and you can have multiple pages. I even used the Milkshake app when I had my own website with my own domain, and I just included my important links there as kind of a landing page, but then I decided to create a landing page with my important links on my website instead. But that is what I used for a very long time, was the Milkshake app. So definitely check that out. And next, Instagram highlights. I stress to all my clients who I am coaching to make sure to include Instagram highlights and don't leave them empty. Fill them up, because Instagram stories only last on your stories for 24 hours. So when someone comes onto your page, you want them to see the same stories that were posted that only lasted 24 hours, because it still holds that value. It still holds that educational value. So that is why I like to include IG training videos here. Oh, this is something else, but I have 2 IG training highlights because they were filled up to the brim, because I want to show that educational value to not only my dream clients, but other social media managers as well. So that is why I have those there, and that is why you should too. So create kind of weekly or bi-weekly Instagram training videos on your story and fill them up there, as well as about you, what your daily life looks like, any testimonials you have or anything else you're promoting, like a freebie or anything like that. Create Instagram highlights that are catered to your business. So those are just some examples I have on there for you. And yeah, fill them up, as well as posts and IGTV. So I have created an IGTV about why video content is so important, because video content shows variety in your feed. It shows that you can make videos and you can edit them. So it kind of shows that you have that capability if your clients are looking for that. As well as people not only learn from reading blogs and kind of reading long captions. Some people primarily learn through video content because they like that, they like hearing and learning that way. So everyone learns differently. Imagine a student at school. If that student is just learning on a textbook, it's so much different from learning with a teacher, because you don't get that one-on-one, you don't hear their voice, you don't hear their visual presentation slides or anything like that. So if it's just solely a textbook, you're not going to learn that much. So that is why you have textbooks and teachers and presentation slides and documentaries they make you watch. So that shows like a variety of different platforms for you to learn through different people's strengths of learning. So that is why I stress so much to include posts as well as IGTV and video content. So your post should be educational, inspirational, or promotional. So I have here, for an example, a post that I created and uploaded and posted, on my Instagram feed. And this is considered an educational post. This is an easy to read, digestible post for people. They can easily screenshot it or save it and reference back to it, because it's 5 tasks you should do every day on IG. And I have some graphics and visuals on there, so it has a lot of variety. So it has the graphics and the text as well, because they kind of work together. And here is my post insight. So I'm going to show you what is important to look at on your post insight and what is not so important. So right here, these are your likes, and they are not important at all. This is what you should be focusing on. Saves, as well as your shares, as well as your reach, profile visits, website clicks, and follows, and as well as hashtags. So let's start up here. Your shares and your saves are what shows you like kind of an insight of what posts are working for your followers and what are not. What are posts that you should be posting more and has the best content for your followers, as well as reach and profile visits. So is that kind of post that you created attracting people onto your profile? Is it making people intrigued about what kind of posts that you offer, as well as your website clicks? Who clicked on your website through that post? So what basically insights are, it just gives you an idea of how your posts are doing and how on track you are. You can kind of track and kind of switch things around if things are not working, as well as hashtags. So this set of hashtags for this specific type of post works very well. So this specific post, I have 1,594 people who have seen this post just from hashtags. So that hashtags I will be using for other posts that are exactly like this one. That makes sense. So step number 2, how to market yourself. So think to yourself, who are you? Picture this as you. I created this graphic so it looked like me, but I want you to picture this as you. Where do you live? What is the climate like? What is the culture like? And what do you love about where you live? Where are you at in life? Are you a student? Are you a mom? Are you someone who just quit the corporate 9 to 5 and started a business? So are you a university student who's just trying to make some money while you're in school? So that is kind of what you should keep in mind, where you are at in life, as well as what do you like to eat? Are you vegan, or are you a huge meat eater? Are you really into junk food, or are you a health nut? So that is kind of what you should be thinking, as well as advocate. What do you advocate for? Women's rights and feminism and equal rights, Black Lives Matter movement, and everything like that. So what are you passionate about? What are the movements that you are passionate about? As well as religion. So what are your mantras? What are your morals and values and principles? As well as, do you like to travel? Are you a huge travel person, or are you a homebody? What kind of shows do you like to watch? What are your hobbies and what do you like to do? So these are some things that you should keep in mind, because when it comes to your business, you want to be relatable. You want to share who you are as a person and kind of share those aspects of your life on your stories so people can connect with you. People can reach out to you and kind of give you their not opinion, but their like conversation starter. Like, oh my God, I live in Canada. Oh my God, I've always wanted to go to Canada. I always wanted to try maple syrup. That's so stereotypical, but I've always wanted to try maple syrup or something like that. So I've always wanted to see snow. So that is a great conversation starter, and that is why you should share those aspects of your life on your social media. And step number 3, how to network. So I have some examples here of Instagram posts, Instagram feeds. So this is for a client that I have worked with. She's amazing. So what are your interests? This kind of aligns with what we kind of talked about earlier. What are your hobbies and what are your interests? Are you really into home decor? Are you really into pottery and the food industry? Or are you into the beauty industry? Do you know a lot about beauty, about products and techniques and everything like that? Or do you know a lot about fashion? Do you know what is trending and what works when posting kind of outfits and everything, and how to style them properly and how to use the colors? So you already have an extra amount of background knowledge around these topics because they're your hobbies and they're your interests. So when you are trying to market yourself, that is what you should keep in mind, because this is the kind of niche that you want to work with, because you can really help your clients and you can also learn more about this hobby and an interest, and it will be very entertaining for you to work with, because you don't have to scramble to research additionally. Of course you do have to still research, but you don't have to do that much extra work, because you already have a background knowledge of what everything is and how things work. So that is something to keep in mind. And I have a small list below here to get you started with some ideas of what your niche should be, such as accounting or authors or bloggers or bakery, construction, e-commerce, food industry, finance, fitness, fashion, home, health, insurance, influencers, lifestyle, law, medical, printing, real estate, retail, startups, travel, technology, telecommunications. There are so many businesses out there. So you will never run out of businesses to work with, because there's so many businesses to work with. So that is why you kind of want to pick and choose what kind of niche and what kind of industries do you want to work with. So start searching those dream clients up and those accounts that you want to look up to, and so the top of your list, your dream clients, and then look at their followers and followings to look for the smaller companies who look up to that company as well, but you can actually work on them on a micro level. So that is what you should kind of get started at, and start following those accounts, liking their pictures, commenting, and kind of interacting with them. So also building connections while networking. So you want to send a personalized voice message when you get a follow from someone you're interested in working with. So kind of shoot them a short voice message and saying, hey, thank you so much for following me and supporting my business. I can't explain how much that means to me. And please let me know if you ever need any tips and tricks on your business handle, your social media handle as well. And I would love to give you some tips if you ever have any concerns or anything like that. My DMs are always open, and always reach out to me if you need anything. So first of all, that shows that you are trying to be authentic and you're trying to build that connection with your followers, as well as that is the first step to being familiar, like starting to familiarize yourself with them and connecting and starting to share a genuine connection with them and that personal level. So I sent a voice message to this person, and they said, "Hey, wow, I've never been sent a Insta voice message before and I loved it. Felt so personal." So you want your followers to feel personal to you. You want your followers to kind of feel like you appreciate them. You appreciate their support and you appreciate their follow and everything like that. So that is why you want to send voice messages when you get a follow from someone you're interested in working with. As well as every once in a while, send a personal voice message to people within your niche as well and say, "Hey, fellow social media manager, thank you so much for following me. I can't wait to connect with you more in the future," and really like just kind of say what you want and be your authentic self. As well as reply to their stories, polls, quizzes, and every time you stumble on one. Here I have someone I've worked with, and I replied to their story. I remember, I think it was her daughter, and she was so cute. So I replied to her story, "So cute." And she said, "Thank you, full of cuteness she is." So that is just a short, sweet conversation, but it's nice to connect with that and have a conversation already starting to build in your DMs. Keep in mind, you really want to build the connections. So kind of shift your mindset to actually wanting to build these connections and wanting to connect with people all over the world instead of, "This person is going to be my client. So that is why I'm working towards this." So change your mindset of, "I want to build connections with people all over the world and create a wonderful network that I can speak to and kind of connect with from anywhere in the world, and I can learn more about their culture and who they are as a person and everything like that as well." So if you are trying to educate, so share your knowledge and wisdom to people you are networking with. So send voice messages and really give them a step-by-step walkthrough so they understand. And don't make them feel stupid for not knowing what you know, because at one point you didn't know the knowledge that you know now. And you want to share that knowledge to the next person, because keep in mind, you were that person at one point, and you want them to succeed in their business and you want them to become successful. So if it takes sharing all of your tips and tricks through voice messages, do it, because through voice messages, people can read and sense the kind of tone that you're giving them. So you can show like your genuine self through your voice messages. If you are sending just a text of everything like laid out, can make them feel like insecure about not knowing this, or they might feel a little like they can't read your emotion through the text. So that is why you want to do it through voice messages, so that kind of emotion doesn't get lost through that process. So instead, let them know that you didn't know before as well, and the results were amazing when you implemented X, Y, and Z. For an example, you didn't know how to do hashtag research before. You just used a few hashtags you put together, and you got 3 people who viewed your post through that hashtag, until you started doing hashtag research. And now it's reaching thousands of people, and the results were amazing. And you're so happy that you implemented X, Y, and Z, which is you're so happy that you implemented a hashtag strategy and hashtag research, because now you know how to do it and what hashtags work and how it's reaching all of those people. So that is why you want to share that with them. And step number 4, how to get clients. All amazing. So this is something I learned in university when I was studying in one of these elective classes for sociology. So we are going to talk about social groups and social networks. So this pink dot, picture this pink dot as you. And these beige dots as people you know who has business ties and people who familiarize with entrepreneurship and people who know a little bit more about businesses, as well as these green dots. Everyone that you know who knows the next person, and these green dots are also people who are in business, also people who know some extra knowledge about entrepreneurship and have those connections as well. So this is you as the pink dot, and these beige dots are your primary social network, your primary social group. And these green dots are considered your secondary social networks. And as you can tell, there's so many more green dots than your beige dots, and so many beige dots than just you. So if you don't tell and share with everyone you know that you are a social media manager, that you are trying to start a social media management business, then this pink dot won't go anywhere. It's just going to be you, and only you in your social network will know that you are a social media manager. Until you tell the people that you know who are entrepreneurs or business people who know someone who is in that industry, until you tell them, it won't leave your circle. And then they will tell other people, 4 to 5 other people, and the next person will. So that is how you kind of grow your network. So when you meet someone or when you are starting your business, tell everyone you know. Start it in any kind of conversation, spark it in any kind of conversation that you are a social media manager. You're trying to start a social media management business and you're looking for clients right now. Word will spread, and this is how it spreads, through this kind of visual. And this is amazing because someone will think, oh my God, amazing. I know someone who knows someone who is a social media manager, and I can tell that you need some social media help. And you've been saying that you need some like social media help with marketing your business. And I actually know someone who is a social media manager, and I'd love to connect you with her. So you guys can work together and kind of talk things through and maybe create something that works for you guys. And that is how it sparks. So don't worry if your account doesn't have many followers right now. Don't worry if your skills are not to par. Just share with people you know, and share with everyone you encounter that you are a social media manager. People ask all the time, what do you do for a living? Where do you work? And just share that. I'm a social media manager and I help businesses grow on social media and create a higher revenue, or whatever your goal is. I help entrepreneurs free up their time because social media is so exhausting and takes up so much time. So that is why you want to share that. And let's do a mindset shift. Go into your business with the mindset of, I want to work with entrepreneurs and I want to help local businesses or business owners because they have a family. I want to help them grow so they can afford sports for their children. I want to help them grow so they can pay for university. I want to help them grow so they can put food on the table for their family and their kids. So kind of think of it that way rather than I want a client so I can have. I want a client so I can put food on the table. Think of it as, I want to help them so much so they can do this for their family. I want to help them so much so they can live the life that they want. So all of your goals, the next person has the same amount of goals as you and the same level. So shift it that way so you're actually helping them rather than seeing them as just as someone who you can benefit from. So that is why you should shift your mindset, as well as So next I'm going to be teaching you the 3 different types of leads. So there's the cold, warm, and hot lead. So your cold lead is you have never interacted before. You're just following each other and they're your dream client, or they're not even following you, or they're following you but you guys haven't really like commented on each other's posts, and they're just liking your posts, or they're not even seeing them because algorithm. And your warm lead is you have engaged before through liking one of their posts. You're already in the DMs because you reached out to them when they first started following you, and you thank them for their support. You voted on each other's polls, and they're intrigued, and they're looking for extra social media help. And your hot lead is someone who has filled out your application, someone who is constantly asking you for help, someone who is voted on your polls, asking for additional help every time, someone who watches all of your mini trainings, and someone who comments on all of your posts, or someone who knows one of your clients and has asked you what services you offer. And that is your hot lead. So before pitching to any of your dream clients, make sure to pitch only when you're in the warm or hot lead. The hot lead is the best. But if you're in the cold lead right now, you want to kind of work so it transitions to the warm lead, transitions to the hot lead. So don't think of it as this is just that. Think of it as this is a kind of a arrow. You want to transition, a smooth transition, and get to where you want to be, so you can finally pitch them, you can finally offer them your services. So let's go over the whole process. So number 1, you want to find your niche, and that's when we talked about your interests and your hobbies and how to align that within your business. Number 2, create an interaction. So like, comment, and vote on their polls. Interact with them as much as you can without being like really pesty, but kind of be their like supportive number 1 fan in a way. Step number 3, create mini trainings with polls included, so people can learn more about you and people can see you as the expert and the authoritative figure. They're learning from you. You're their mentor, you're their teacher. You want to create those mini trainings with polls included, so you can see how they're doing and if they need additional help. So what I like to do is, does that make sense? And yes, totally, you've helped me so much. And as well as, please DM me, I need some more additional help. And that is where you reach out to them and kind of chat with them through there. Number 4, DM to give social media advice and ask them what their pain points are. So this is gold, because this is just the transition from the polls that people have voted on, and kind of ask them, what do you need help with? Is social media taking up a lot of your time? What is something that social media is just paining you, that is avoiding you, that is kind of like pushing you away from really focusing on the bigger picture and what is important in your business? So kind of get an idea of what their pain points are. And at that point, if they're very interested, ask them if they have ever considered outsourcing for a social media manager. So kind of test the water and see what the conversation is going like before you say that. So don't just outright say, well, have you ever considered outsourcing for a social media manager? Kind of give them a advice and your tips and tricks on the pain points through the voice messages like we've talked about earlier, and then kind of transition to, have you ever considered outsourcing for a social media manager? I understand how much time it takes, and I would love to help you with that. Testimonials. So when you want kind of like a testimonial before you kind of like reach out and connect with your dream clients and everything like that. So that's why you should kind of reach out, and instead of working for a whole month free for someone, and then they just don't even hire you the next month, they just use your services and everything because they're like, sweet, I just got a month free of social media manager, like management, and grew my Instagram account, but now I don't need them because it was just for free, and that was nice that it grew that much. So you want to kind of create, like, reach out to people and say, kind of go through all that, but then be like, hey, I'm actually working for testimonials in exchange for some works, like hashtag research or some bio optimization or something like that. And they'll be more than happy to. Some people might say no, but some people will be like, yes, like I really need help in this field. And then once they've seen the work that you've done, that can kind of transition to them being as your client, or that is a killer testimonial for the next person who wants to hire you. So it has kind of like, you have a few reviews, so you look reliable, you look, people know that you have and create quality work for them. So step number 5, how to sell through DMs without sounding salesy. So let's talk about the psychology of selling. So I have the psychology of selling and buying ice cream analogy. And there was no chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, so I just designed my own. So this is the chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It's my favorite ice cream flavor. So let's kind of go over this. You love this ice cream. You love chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, and you want to scream on the rooftop for everyone to buy chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. And it's a hot day. And you're at a bus stop, and you just go up to someone and you say, hey, I love chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. You should try it. It's really hot. You should try it. Like really hot today. You should try it. They're gonna think why are you talking to me? I don't know who you are. You're a stranger. I'm not getting chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. You didn't even tell me why it's good. So you want to instead, it's on a hot day, you're at a bus stop, and you're saying, hey, it's a hot day, isn't it? How did it get so hot all of a sudden? I just remembered it was winter like yesterday. And kind of spark that conversation. Oh, I know, it's so hot today, and I don't know what to do about it. Maybe just lay at the pool later today. And then just say, oh yeah, yesterday was really hot too. I was hanging out at the pool, and then I decided to go down the street over there at this amazing parlor. It has the best ice cream in town. And I noticed that you're really like hot, and I know it's a really hot day, so when you have time, just go down the street. You just go down the street there, take a left, and that is the amazing ice cream parlor, and you should definitely check it out when you have time. So do you see the difference in conversation? So that is what you want to do when you're in your DMs with your dream clients. You want to, instead of saying, hey, just straight off the bat, instead of saying, hey, I'm a social media manager, I do this, this, and that, and I would love to work with you. First of all, they show no interest in hiring a social media manager. They don't know who you are. You're not even following them. You haven't liked any of their pictures. You haven't commented on any of their posts. They have never heard of you until you've reached out to them. As well as you don't know what they need. What if they already have a social media manager? You don't know anything about their business. So instead, kind of work that conversation up. Tell them your who, what, when, where, why, and how. So tell them what a social media manager is, where you can hire one, such as yourself, like where you can find your links and everything like that, why you should, and how, like the process of doing so, if at the very end when you're pitching. So I noticed that your pain points are X, Y, and Z, and I want to help you by implementing X, Y, and Z, and just kind of work the waters that way. I have here kind of mapped out a 3-wave process. So your first wave is just introduction. Your second wave, familiarize, and your third wave, pitch. So you want to introduce yourself, and then you want to start familiarizing yourself with them and kind of building that connection through your second wave. And then the third wave is when you should pitch your services and why they should outsource for a social media manager. All right. Oh, sorry. So the DM script for first wave. So you just say, hey, for an example, I'll just use my name. Hey, Vicky, I just wanted to thank you so much for following me and supporting my business. And I can't explain how much that means to me. And then anything else you want to say additionally to that, like, please let me know if you ever need any help with social media. I understand how tricky it can be sometimes. So please let me know if you ever need any tips and tricks. And I'd be more than happy just to give you some insight on that. And then DM script for the second wave. Say, hey, Vicky, I noticed that you voted on my poll that you needed more help in X, Y, and Z. And I would love to go into more detail and walk you through the steps on improving. Do you mind if I send you, or on improving, for an example, sales, engagement, or reach, whatever your Instagram mini training was about, and kind of ask them, would you mind if I send you voice messages? It's just easier to articulate that way. And then send them all the tips and tricks through your voice messages. By then, you probably already have like a kind of an idea of how to approach answering these polls, because most people will decide that they need more help on this topic, and you already know what to say. You're already on a roll with other people as well. And the DM script for your third wave template. So, hey, Vicky, while I have you here, I just wanted to personally ask you, have you ever considered outsourcing before? And list your relief of pain points to them. So have you ever considered outsourcing before? I noticed that you are having lots of trouble with hashtags and not really getting that exposure that you want on your posts. And I would love to do some hashtag research for you, or kind of start there. Or I would love to help you manage your social media for a trial month and see if your Instagram will grow, or not see if, and kind of like watch your Instagram grow and everything like that. So talk confidently and kind of that way, but make sure you list the relief of their pain points, why that will help them save time, why that will help them grow their business, and everything like that. So thank you so much. I have a 50% off code success for my ebook that I have put out recently. This is the ultimate guide to becoming a successful social media manager ebook. I have everything on there, all of my knowledge on each step by step, and really in detailed. So I'll kind of go over some of the chapters that I have here. And so for an example, setting up your profile for success, the best tools to use, apps and websites. I wanted to make sure that this was something that was affordable for you guys, so you could start your business from free or from at a very low price. So these apps and websites are really affordable, if not free, as well as why networking is important and how to network, why it's important to post all of your tips and tricks, how to create quality content, how to do hashtag research, what is IGTV and how to utilize it, engagement to success, the right way to pitch to your ideal clients, and I have more scripts there, as well as how to get ideal clients to book a call with you. So that next step. And now that you've got that client, now what? And how to create a contract and invoice and welcoming package, as well as how to organize your work life, and how to email like a pro, and why you should create a mailing list, and how, as well as freebies, ebooks, and courses, and all that jazz for when you get to that point. So This ebook is $65 USD, but I'm offering you 50% off with the code success. So that makes it $32.50 USD. And this is jam-packed, guys. I have given you all of my knowledge and my heart and soul into this ebook. So that is why I stress so much. And I recommend this ebook to so many social media managers because it has so many amazing resources and that basic foundation of kind of how to become a social media manager, and all the way to, wow, you are booked out and now you want to create freebies and ebooks and courses and all that jazz to teach other people. So it kind of shows you from like point A to all the way to down the spectrum of growing your social media business. So yeah, I definitely recommend you grab this ebook. A lot of people have already purchased this and they have been telling me and raving to me how amazing it is and how affordable it is, and they can't believe that this is an ebook, because people pay like courses that are hundreds to thousands of dollars just to get the same information. So I wanted to make sure it was really affordable for you guys, because I remember how devastating it was, because I wanted to invest in myself so bad. I wanted to invest in my skills and everything like that, but I didn't have the money for it. I couldn't, let alone pay for some things of my daily life, let alone investing in an expensive course. And it wasn't in the means, and I wanted to invest in my skills and I wanted to invest in my business so bad, but I couldn't. So that is why I totally understand, and that is why I wanted to create affordable resources and freebies and affordable ebook where you learn such amazing things, but without breaking your bank and without feeling so devastated that you just paid hundreds and thousands of dollars for something, but it's just hard to even afford that right now, and you're kind of choosing your battles. That is why I wanted to give you guys a 50% off with this code success. Make sure to put the code in. And yeah, thank you so much for joining this webinar with me. And please feel free to DM me at Virtual Graceland and tell me what you thought of this free webinar. I would love to hear your feedback on this, and thank you so much. And I can't believe that so many people have joined this, and I can't believe the journey and how far I've come from just a few months of starting my business. And I can't wait for you guys to be in the same position as I am right now, teaching other amazing women how to become social media managers and how to grow their business, and building that positive community rather than seeing everyone as a price tag. So thank you so much for joining today. And I am so excited to hear from you guys and what you thought of this webinar. And please reach out to me. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much, guys.